Christmas toys, okay?
Okay. Look, we're live. We're going to be reading the next part of our story in a little minute. I've got a helper again this morning. It's Willow. And so we're live. Where are we today?
At the bedroom.
We're in Willow's bedroom today. So Willow's just going to show you around, are you? Yeah, maybe? Okay. So look, there's Nicola. Nicola's watching. You give her a wave. See? And so, where are we? Here we go. We're looking right. This is Willow's big head. Willow's big face. So this is Willow's room. There's a magnificent bit of kit in the shape of a wall. Not painted by me, by the way, but look. So anyway, we're waffling. We're going to tell the next part of our story this morning. Oh, yeah.
Christmas toys.
Right. Okay. Yep. You want to show one more toy? We're going to have a look at a toy, I think, before we start. So.
Christmas toys.
Oh, this is a Christmas toy. This was a toy that Willow got from Santa. So here we go. They're timeless classics, Sylvanian families. Isn't that right? So somebody was a very good girl this year. But anyway, we're going to read the next part of our story. Come and sit down with me. I've got a cheetah here as well. So, yeah, there you go. So, we are reading today from chapter 4. And this story is called A Giant Staircase to Heaven. And it's the story of the Tower of Babel. So this is chapter 4. So this is the Tower of Babel. Noah and his family lived in the land and his... Yeah? No, you missed 3. Sorry, we're having a bit of a... Oh, careful, you're... What are you doing? The camera person here is knocking the... Right, you. This is supposed to be a professional broadcast. The Tower of Babel. Take 2. Noah and his family lived in the land, and his children had children, and those children had more children, and then those children had even more... Well, you get the drift. Until there were lots of people on the earth once more. Now, back then, everyone spoke exactly the same language. So you didn't need to learn Swahili or Japanese or French or anything, because you could say hello to anyone and they knew what you meant. One day, everyone was talking and they came up with an idea. Let's build ourselves a beautiful city to live in. It can be our home and we'll be safe forever and ever. Then they had another idea. Let's build a really tall tower to reach up to heaven. Yeah, they said, we'll say, look at us up here, and everyone will look up at us, and we'll look down on them, and then we'll know we're something. We'll be like God. We'll be famous, we'll be safe, we'll be happy, we'll be everything, and everything will be all right. So they got to work. Brick by brick by brick, the tower grew higher and higher and higher until it soared above the city, almost touching the sky. They built stairs in the tower to climb right up to the top. It was like a giant staircase to heaven. Look, they cheered. We're the ones. See what we can do with our very own hands. They were quite pleased with themselves. But God wasn't pleased with them. God could see what they were doing. They were trying to live without Him. But God knew that wouldn't make them happy or safe or anything. If they kept on like this, they would only destroy themselves. And God loved them too much to let that happen. Yeah, he's painting and he's doing a bit of painting and he's putting the ladder up.
Yeah, he can climb.
So God
To the next level.
stopped their plans. One morning they went to work as usual, but everything was different. Their words were all new and funny. You see, God had given each person a completely different language. Suddenly, no one understood what anyone else was saying. Someone would say, "How do you do?" And the other person thought they said, "How ugly are you?" It wasn't funny. You could be saying something nice like, "Such a lovely morning," and get a punch in the nose because they thought you said, "Hush up, you're boring." You couldn't even say "pardon" to check if you'd heard right, because no one understood that word either. It wasn't easy to work together after that. And as you can only imagine, people were quarrelling and fighting and getting in a dreadful muddle, and they were becoming grumpier and grumpier until at last they were all too cross to keep on building, and they just had to stop. And after that, the people scattered all over the world, which is how we ended up with so many different languages to this day. You see, God knew however high they reached, however hard they tried, people could never get back to heaven by themselves. People didn't need a staircase. They needed a rescuer. Because the way to heaven wasn't the staircase. It was a person. People could never reach up to heaven. So heaven would have to come down to them. And one day, it would. And who came down from heaven? And who's God's son? Yeah, you tell people. You tell them. You shout it.
Jesus.
Jesus. Yeah, Jesus came down from heaven, didn't he? Now there's... Well, everybody can see your rear end in the camera now. Did you see that? Anyway, that's the next part of our story. Tomorrow we'll be looking at God's special promise to Abraham. So, I'm glad you could join with us.
Daddy.
Good to see David. Jacqueline's there too. You remember Jacqueline? We haven't seen Jacqueline in ages. We haven't seen anybody in church for ages. You haven't?
Daddy.
Yeah? Yeah, we'll maybe show them another time, won't we? Because we have to finish this wee video now. Because that's our reading done for today. That's our story done. So anyway, hope you're keeping safe. Do leave us a little comment down below. And if we get to, what do you think? If we get to 20 likes, Willow will do a cartwheel for us. We have to learn how to do a cartwheel now, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway. See you again. Give him a big wave. Yeah. Cheerio. See you next time.
Bye.